Alright, guys. I'm here back with more Final Fantasy 16. We're going there, right? Oh, it's literally just that. Okay. But yeah, it's next morning. I do work later today, but we should have a little bit here to play. Again, ideally I would finish the game tonight. And to be honest, we might, in the sense that I might be able to, well, finish the game tonight, based on the pace we're going. But, it's not looking great because my plan was to finish the game today and then also record the review. I don't think that's
I
gonna
have a
happen.
proposal for you.
Do you now?
But it is what it is.
Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold.
We'll see, though.
Go on, then. Propose.
Actually, this is the end of this quest, isn't it? But we still have like a whole bunch more, don't we? But anyway, we'll see.
You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years.
Oh, that's Quentin,
Was there
duh.
anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Series S on sale for 200.
Where do you need
Like
me?
that's
Field Marshal Havel will
kind of the
speak with
ideal
you
price
person.
for Series S, but
He's
it's
currently
also
in
like
Portisolda.
I'm probably
I can arrange for a party of curse breakers to accompany you there.
if I'm going to get an
That would be
Xbox, I
very
feel like
much
I might as well
appreciated.
get a Series
I
X.
hear the roads are
Especially
far
if
from
there's
safe these days.
backwards compatible games and everything,
Hopefully
but
not
also
for
it's like
long.
$300 more.
My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Okay. What else is left here? Is there anything else left here? Well, actually, I guess I could just do this. Nothing up there. Nothing over there. Hey, that's nothing, right? Nothing. Nothing down there. So it really is just this. Alright, let's do it. Oh wait, this is the visiting their father's grave, right? So this should be a good scene. I think at least.
Let's go. Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond.
Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there.
You deserve a rest.
Oh, didn't even see that.
always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
Okay.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
I feel like I don't know. Like I feel like they gotta survive, right? Like this feels like a quest that like is meant to like say farewell. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, like I feel like both of them survive. I mean, I feel like I'll be shocked if Clive dies in particular. Like Joshua can die. I also feel like though, like that would feel like wait, was destroying humans? Oh, well, okay, he was there already anyway. So is he only there after you talk to him in the mission, though? I assume that's the case, right? Either way, so any quests to pick up? Wait, I just want to see something real quick. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 missions still there. Oh, are these not in any order? Oh. Oh shit. I want to see if I could like figure out like how many I've done because I don't remember anymore. Well, whatever, I guess. Oh, there's one down there. Oh, this is the Torgal mission, right? Yep, cool.
It's still here. After all these years. Lots more than I remember. And you were a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt
Sure.
that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure,
Why not?
we won't be long. Hop
I
in,
mean,
boy.
obviously, like it's supposed to be between Clive and Torgal, but like still, that seems kind of convenient. But like these are nice like final set of missions, I'll say. Like as much as like they are kind of going on a bit along in terms of the number that they are. Like most of these are pretty nice. Like it's funny that like there's so much
This
criticism on
place
the
hasn't
side
changed
quests
at all.
design of this
We'll
game.
cruise
I
right through those
don't
trees.
really
Come on.
feel that
Race you there?
personally.
I bet I could still beat you.
But I've been running. Whatever.
Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal?
Huh.
Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, Shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here?
Oh, that's nice.
My sparring sword. Well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy?
That's a nice quest.
Thank you.
And to quest wise, as in like game, like game of it all, like there wasn't really much. It was really just following Torgal, but
For never forgetting.
this is cool. Imagine Torgal dies.
Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal.
Oh, is there more?
All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going.
Alright.
People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home.
Okay, that was okay. Fine. That was kind of pointless. I was expecting there to be something else. But okay. Great mission overall, though. I get any XP from that?
Sorry for the wait.
Oh, there we go. I was like,
Ready.
no, then I can talk about it. Okay, that was also okay. Cool. You'd think you'd talk more about it, but whatever. Okay, what am I looking for here? Oh, I'm looking for the oil thing, right?
It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
Get him! Over here!
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Is that it? Huh. Okay. I thought there was so much more. To be fair, we did finish like 3 missions worth, like super quick. Yeah, I guess that is it. Huh. I got what, 6 missions here? And like, I would not be surprised there's like more missions we just haven't interacted with yet. That's
Uncle.
what this is.
I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to
this
an
mission.
accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution. And I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. But yes,
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you
Isn't that
approve.
good thinking?
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From whom?
Who?
Why, you, my
Oh,
boy.
that's another
Rumor
one.
has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
Oh, we're actually going there? Cool. Yeah, wrapping up these
How,
missions might
pray
take
tell,
longer than I
will we
thought.
get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with a Kashik?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. Ah, but I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company are you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony?
I generally want to do a top 10 soundtrack video
Citizens
at this
of
point.
Valisthea, I present to you
I don't know which
the
Final Fantasy game to make it,
Triunity.
because I'll probably limit it to
Rutherford,
one per
Mike Will.
franchise.
Well, my boy, the stage is set.
that it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you.
What the fuck is a crandall?
I want you to keep this signed.
I'm sure
accord.
it's like actually a thing about like a,
As
what the
proof
fuck's a
of our faith
crandall?
in you.
I will. Thank you,
It took
Uncle.
6 minutes for these last few cutscenes. Okay. That's not even worth fast traveling. So by the time I do the menuing and everything, it's probably gonna only like a second quicker.
There's something about it.
You should have seen.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't
Cool.
too much of a pain in the arse, I hope.
Oh, it was definitely a pain in the
Truth be
ass.
told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
That sounds like he sucks.
They most certainly did not. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid.
The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability. Wait, Sergeant.
That's true.
Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that lot,
He's a nose like
young
mine.
Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Okay.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse
I
breakers
fucking
took some of the
agree,
weight off
dude.
his shoulders, I reckon.
Couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected. Things
It
rarely
really
do these
do.
days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation.
I think we might go
Remember
a
that.
little bit over 30 here
I
if I
will,
can
Sid.
finish all these quests.
Thank you.
Just kind of get all out of the way here. Okay. Oh, new quest. Fuck off. Okay. So that's another one. Alright, never mind. We're not finishing this then.
How are you doing?
I just want to make
Here you
sure.
go.
So, there's nothing.
Always
right?
something in there.
How may I help you today, Clive? You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Well, we're still finishing up everything up here then.
Vivian. I found it. The book you lost.
You found it.
Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat clouded. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, when enough people believe, belief begets truth. Give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you, as I do.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
Okay. Another quest? Okay. Is there no point in wrapping all these up here then? There's now 2 more quests. Why are they branching off of Vivian and... I guess to be fair, he did say we'll see you again or whatever, so I guess that does kind of make sense. Whatever. Yeah, you know what? Let's still wrap these up. Why not?
Mid, tell me this is all you need.
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0. And a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
Wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
Okay.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you 3 can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales.
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Well, did they have it?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own, but with the right cog in the right place. Well, you just wait and see. That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes, children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
we're 40 minutes. I probably should have ended, to be honest, at this point. Whatever. Like, we're almost done, hopefully. The quests are on here, so...
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
If I may? The bearer registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Nor any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces, like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering. And in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Okay. Did I level up? Did I not? How did I level up? Okay, whatever. So we got a quest here. No. Well, I don't know why I even bothered marking it. Well, either way, actually, I think we'll end here. Probably.
So there's a new mother.
Maybe. We'll go to it. Why not? We're already past 30 at this point, anyway. Okay, is that a Gav quest? Anyway, one's here. So, for now, thanks for watching.